We are live. What's going on, folks? Antonio Smith here, the Cellionaire, and I'm so excited to have you on this video. And we're talking about why is real estate so stressful and how you can avoid the burnout as well. Real estate is somewhat stressful, honestly. I know that people want to make it seem like everything's so good, everything's so sweet, the birds are chirping, everything's happening for you. But real estate can be quite chaotic. And I'm going to show you how you can avoid burnout in real estate and be successful for years to come. If you're not subscribed all to my YouTube channel, to subscribe so that you get notification of all the videos that come out, because I'm going to be talking about more topics on real estate. Subscribe, follow, and share your thoughts as well on how you feel about real estate. Is it stressful for you? How do you handle the stress in real estate? And how does it work for you? Share your comments below as well. The number one thing in real estate that makes it stressful is the high stakes. You watch these shows on Netflix and HGTV where everybody's on a tight schedule. We have high stakes. We could lose money real fast with real estate. By making the wrong move with real estate, you lose money. Time, the more time you have with a property, the more money you're losing. Maybe you've gotten a loan on the property to get things done. Maybe you have a certain time to get the permits. The stakes are very high, especially if you're trying to rush a job and get it done. The markets change. It can definitely be high stakes in real estate on both sides of the spectrum. With those high stakes, it creates stress. Most contractors and people in sales are on some type of drugs. They're either using cocaine, smoking, cigarettes, drinking, and they're doing something. It's important that you get control of your emotions fast, or these vices can overtake you as well. The second is uncertainty. Now, one of the biggest things in real estate that nothing is ever just 100% certain for real estate. Things can change just like that. I remember when the market crashed back in 2008, people had money around that time. Everybody had houses, everybody had cash, everybody was going out eating steaks, everybody was shopping, everybody was buying cars. And then when the market crashed, that bubble pop, these same people that were talking about they were millionaires were broke. They had lost their properties. The balloon had popped. Things can happen quite fast with real estate. There's variables that can happen really fast in real estate, and some can be really out of your control. That's why you need a mentor or someone that can help you minimize your mistakes and help you balance, because really what a mentor is somewhat of a coach with real estate, someone that's already done it. They've already figured out some quicker ways to get it done easier. There's no shortcuts in real estate. Shortcuts going to cost you the most money. And the best way to win in real estate is to have a coach or a mentor that understand all the different components of the system that get you through the closing, get you to the process as smooth as possible so that you can minimize the pressure. The next one is just too many moving parts. You're dealing with lenders, buyers, sellers, pulling a title on these properties. You're dealing with lawyers, the people that work with the lawyers. Most of the time, the lawyers don't really want to talk to you. You got to have some good connections. And I have a lot of good connections with lawyers. But most time when someone is trying to get a deal, especially if you're new, you're not going to just call up the lawyer. They always have like 3 or 4 gatekeepers. And by the time you talk to the lawyer, you probably be sitting down at the closing table, and that'll probably be your first time. It's important to understand there's a lot of different components and moving parts when it comes to real estate. Inspections, dealing with the contractors on this inspection, negotiating the price of these different things that are happening throughout the process. I was on a deal one time and we were like 5 days before the closing and a tree fell on the property. And just imagine scrambling, getting new inspections done, new repairs done, getting the right team, all this stuff done, getting insurance taken care of, all in a matter of a couple of days. Things do happen. in these situations that are out of your control. And there's a lot of different moving parts. Maybe the inspection come back and they want you to do something else to the property. What are you going to do? Are you going to cry about it? Are you going to be about it? It's time to start locking in all over again. As soon as you think you've got everything figured out, it's like they pull the tablecloth off the table and everything falls. You got to be ready for that. The next thing is the fear of making the wrong decision. That's why it's so important to have a mentor there with you. When you're analyzing a deal, it's not necessarily just one way of looking at that. You want to have not just your agent looking at that because they can see the numbers. You want to have someone on the investor side looking at that so you can look at it from different angles that can affect you in the long run. For instance, a lot of my clients will buy a property, they want to flip or rent out. We've already done the numbers to say if this is a good rental area or a good flipping area. Then we'll walk through the property and look at different variables. Is it on a septic tank? Does it have public sewer? What do we need to do to get the maximum amount of retail? Do we need to add more rooms, another bathroom, more square footage? Do we need to go up on this property? What you want to have the advantage when you're buying real estate to make sure you have at least 2 to 3 exit strategies because the market can change very quickly. Next is paperwork and legal complexity. Now, there's a lot of different things with real estate, and it's a type of industry where you can get sued easily. If you don't have the right legal team, you don't have the right paperwork in place, you're going to get sued. If you do enough deals in real estate, you're going to get sued. That doesn't mean they're going to win or you're doing something wrong. Real estate is a industry.
Hey, you, have you been thinking about getting in the real estate game, start winning in life, getting the passive income you reserve, and getting the lifestyle that you deserve? Click on the link below, get free access to my live masterclass. I'm going to show you step by step exactly what you need to do to start earning money in the real estate game. I'll see you on the inside. Click on the link. Let's go.
You're full of sharks and you can easily get sued by anyone. You can get sued from not reading the contract, not understanding the verbiage in a contract. That's why it's important to make sure you have the correct contract. And that's why when you're dealing with some real estate agents, they have like 30, 40, 50 pages, a whole Bible of contracts you have to sign because they're trying to protect themselves. But you, as a future investor, you want to be protected as well. You don't want to put yourself in a situation where you can be easily sued. You want to make sure you're also legally protected when you're doing real estate, making sure you get title insurance, making sure you're getting the right type of title insurance, making sure you're protected on both sides of the deal, making sure your paperwork is protecting you on all sides of the deal, and making sure you have the right legal team helping you with that as well. The next thing is deal deadlines. One of my clients called me the other day saying, hey, I got a client, we got 30 days or less to find 5 deals. That's high stress, that's high tension. And the good thing about stress is a gift and a curse. If you've been given the opportunity to be stressful, kind of give yourself a pat on the back, because if it wasn't stressful, you wouldn't have the opportunity to change your life with something like real estate, to take advantage of tax benefits, long-term legacy benefits for you and your family, and benefits of appreciation throughout the years. You have appreciation of getting paid monthly with this deal. I mean, the stakes are high, but also the benefits outweigh the stakes when you have the right person helping you throughout the process to minimize your losses. And again, you're going to possibly lose money on some things, but you want to make sure you're able to make up on the next deal and you're not constantly losing money on all your deals. It doesn't take many deals for you to make a really great income and have a great life with it. You just want to make sure you have the right team there with you. Number 7 is a lack of knowledge. Now, I've seen some guys get into real estate. They start off really well. They're excited. There's nothing wrong with ignorance on fire, but you can lose money quite quickly in real estate. And I'm talking about thousands of dollars very quickly, coming down to earnest money. If you don't have the right verbiage in earnest money during that inspection time, you can lose that money. And I'm talking about thousands of dollars. I had a client that I helped get their $5,000 earnest money back because I told them it wasn't a good deal. And before they talked to me, they signed a contract with the person selling the property, and the person didn't want to give them the money back. And I ended up having to use the strong arm. I had to use my attorney to help them get their money back. They got it back, but it could have went the other way if they didn't have someone like me to help them use the right verbiage. They have someone that understand the business on their team to be able to get that money back. And that was $5,000 at their first deal that I helped get them their money back. So it's important that you have someone knowledgeable on your team to make sure that you minimize your losses in every way possible. Number 8 is emotional factor. Now, real estate can be an emotional game. And when you're trying to negotiate the deal, most of the time that buyer is invested in that deal because maybe they raised their family in that property. They have a lot of in that property. And you're just coming out of nowhere wanting to buy the property. And you're not emotionally tied to the property, but they are. And there's other people tied to the property as well. Maybe your buyer's tied to the property because they have some investment ideas that they want to do. Your neighbors are even tied into the property. People around you are tied into the property. They want to know what's going on. So there's so many different emotions tied into property and real estate. And there's even been people getting knocked off in real estate because they didn't want to do a deal or they did the deal. Real estate is one of those things where you really want to have the edge and have someone that can help you through each step of the process and give you a clear understanding. The more knowledge you have and you know how to use it, the more lethal you are and the more money you'll make as a real estate investor. Number 9 is bad contractors. You're going to deal with some contractors in real estate unless you're a GM yourself, and you're still going to deal with other contractors on some things. You've got to know how to deal with contractors in a way that you're not losing money. It's not a lot of money. You still have your barriers where you can get somebody else in there and get the job done. When I'm dealing with contractors, I do a PEEP method. Like if I get something done, we go and we figure out what supplies we need. I have my team get the supplies and I give them what they need. If it's 25% done, I'm going to give you a little 25%. But I'm not giving them big chunks of money that can throw my whole project off. That's the thing, because contractors are guys just living paycheck to paycheck. Most of these guys are just out prospecting for deals. You want to make sure when you lock in with a contractor that you can go to their projects and look at them. You can talk to the people they work with, because you can lose thousands of dollars with contractors very quickly just because you're under pressure to get a deal done and the contractor give you a good presentation or a good talk. But this contractor is doing the same thing to everybody. And they're trying to handle and manage 10 deals. Contractors, they're taking supplies from this one other deal to work on your deal. That last person isn't happy with them. Now they see you another opportunity, and now they're just wasting your time. They're pushing your whole project back. And that's why it's important that you understand how to vet contractors properly, how to choose contractors properly, and you have a system, get them in and out, and you know how to basically get them out the way if they're not getting the job done the right way. Because there's contractors that can hold your process up, put liens on your property, and had no intentions of even doing the job. They want to take advantage of you not knowing the business. So it's important that you have a mentor that can help guide you and save you from these things, because they can lock your property up. You settle with that contractor and it can be something frivolous. You don't want to put yourself in a situation like that. And last but not least is the cash flow pressure. Like, things can happen really quickly especially when you're trying to rent a property. Renting properties is not for you if you don't have money, because things are going to always happen. Real estate is cash flow, but anything can happen in the beginning. It's a long-term game when you're building cash flow. But if you know how to do it the right way, you can minimize your stress. That's why I work with real estate investors. If you're interested in working with me, I have a new book, Real Estate Riches, that give you the steps and the key components that you need to start building wealth with real estate. You also get access to my community where you have access to me and my team to help you start winning in real estate. So click on the link and get the book, Real Estate Riches, and you'll get access to my community as well. So cash flow pressure is a big thing. And a toilet go out or heating pump goes out or AC goes out, That's $5,000. That's a whole year that could be possibly of cash flow that you're losing out. So, so it's very important that you have someone that understand what you need to do to cash flow proof that property when you, especially when you're dealing with tenants and making sure you have an ironclad lease in place. When you have a tenant in there, they know your code of ethics, they know how you operate, and you operate as a business. How can you alleviate your stress? Stress is a gift with real estate. If you can manage it, not get too tied in emotionally with your deals, learn how to reward yourself. Like if you've gotten a small win, take yourself out to a quick lunch to a nice place, listen to some music while you're in traffic, enjoy the process. Real estate shouldn't be a stressful game. If you turn it into fun and enjoy the journey, you're in the problem solving business, not the real estate business, the rewards are huge. If you want my mentorship, get the book Real Estate Riches. You'll also get access to join my community, and I look forward to working with you. So tell me, how do you avoid the stress when you're buying real estate? Drop your comments below, and I'll see you on the next video. If you want to know more about real estate, watch the next video here, and you'll learn more, and I'll see you on the next video. Let's go.